We know that there are natural things out there that kill cancer cells. Things like Tricholoma, portentosum, or graviola, aka soursop. Many other types of plants and compounds that we could find in nature that can kill cancer cells. Now, I'm not saying if you have cancer, go take this stuff and it's going to get rid of your cancer. But I do want to tell you some important facts about cancer and some ways that you could prevent getting cancer in the first place. And that's what's important. Stop it before it happens, right? We've done a whole video on cancer here at When Wellness, but there's a very interesting thing that you might not have known, you guys. And that's that fiber could actually help to prevent your risk for getting cancer. It could reduce your risk significantly for getting cancer, and we'll tell you how in a second. But know that 90% of all cancers are environmentally induced. That means something from the environment, some environmental factor, some toxin, right? Something that we're exposed to that's not natural, some lack of health and fitness and eating whole food from nature is causing the vast majority of cancers. So it's a very preventable thing. In fact, only 1% of cancers are caused by some genetic mutation that increases your risk for cancer. It could lead to cancer, right? Like the BRCA gene, for example, things of that nature, breast cancer. 14% of deaths worldwide due to cancer. 14% of all deaths. That's a lot. And when it comes to what's causing them, 25% are due to tobacco use, and 10% are due to obesity, are due to things like sedentary lifestyle, just being inactive, right? Are due to alcohol use as well. So these are some simple things that we could eliminate to reduce our risk for developing cancer and for, a myriad of other purposes for supporting overall health. But if you're looking to prevent cancer, maintain a healthy weight, be active, be fit, right? Avoid alcohol, avoid tobacco, in simple. Avoid processed foods and all this refined crap and colors and dyes and, all these additives, anything artificial for the most part, right? Don't go tanning and whatever. We could talk about that forever. But what's really interesting, I think it's so cool, is a study that I just read this morning that just came out. I'll post a link in the description to the video that shows that fiber reduces your risk for cancer. And how is that? Well, the study, in short, showed that when fiber produces SCFAs via your gut bacteria, right? So your gut bacteria really are producing the SCFAs, short-chain fatty acids, like butyrate, acetate, caproic acid, valeric acid, propionate. Namely here, butyrate and propionate were shown to affect cell growth, differentiation, and apoptosis. So I say that slow because I want to describe what that means. Cell growth, the growth of a new cell, right? Differentiation, pretty much is division, right? Proliferation. And apoptosis is programmed cell death. Now, when we have old cells, like senescent cells or dysfunctional cells, it's a natural mechanism. Our body tells them to self-destruct. And that's a healthy thing. But in cancer, that's turned off, right? And so they just divide, and they're not supposed to, and then they form a tumor eventually, right? And spread throughout the body, okay? So this is dysregulation here of the cell cycle. And so they showed that fiber, indirectly, via the production of SCFAs, by feeding your gut bacteria, which produce the SCFAs, can affect this process of cellular development and cell death in a healthy sense that is intimately related to cancer. Interestingly, there are also fiber type foods, things like beta-glucans, right? Beta-glucans are, parts of a cell wall that you can get extracted from certain plants, and, you'll see them standardized for in like lion's mane mushroom and, some other things. They'll be in a probiotic that's combined with a prebiotic. They're considered a prebiotic. All prebiotics are soluble fiber, right? Feed the gut bacteria, and then they produce the SCFAs, which control a lot of things in your body, not just reducing your risk for cancer. But they actually do the beta-glucans to the receptors on our immune cells, things like macrophages, dendritic cells. Dendritic cells, if you're curious, they present antigens to, other cells in our body that makes them produce antibodies against, say, a bacteria or a virus. What's an antigen? Well, that's like a cell surface carbohydrate or protein or something that's on a pathogen, which is, the harmful bacteria or the virus itself, just so we're not throwing words out there. You guys don't know what it is. So, these antigen-presenting cells, they recognize that on the pathogen and they say, look, guys, this is what we got to make something against and we're going to fight it, right? So it's simple. We have these beta-glucans binding to receptors on those cells, macrophages, which are like Pac-Man that eat away debris in our body, right? And also natural killer cells, which just kill things, right? They're just killers. They get their name for a reason. And so this is well for cancer cells, right? So they bind to these cells, to the beta-glucans, which are, guys, just fiber, amazing, and then initiate the destruction of cancer cells. So if you want to reduce your risk for getting cancer, right? Obviously be healthy, but now you also know, have your fiber every day. How much fiber should you be having? And what are some good sources, right? Well, pretty much fruits and vegetables. 38 grams a day for adult men, 25 grams a day for adult women. That's the recommended daily amount. And you have, again, pretty much fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables, berries, pack of blueberries is like 10 grams. An avocado is 10 grams. 2.5 tablespoons of chia seeds is 10 grams. Those are some examples of tens. We talked about dragon fruit yesterday, and that's got 5 grams right there, right? So, eat all this stuff. It's great for you for so many reasons. Another one is that could help to reduce your risk for getting cancer. Hope you guys had a great day. And have an even better night, baby. Who do we got out here? Say what's up. Gotta go treat patients. Just made it in time. 1 minute. We got 1 minute till we go in the office. We're not gonna be late. So we'll go quick. Mick, Brendan Malone, Hoy, Ma, what's up? Love you. Severe. Hello, pretty ladies. That boy, lover. And Reza Sam. As for now, so we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you very much. Happy Win Wellness. See ya.